All right, Sunday, February 2nd, 4:49 p.m. I am coming out of my NBA retirement for this one. Luka Doncic getting traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first. Now, it baffles me in many different ways. I'm not the only one that's shocked, but, I just can't possibly understand the lack of accountability by the Dallas Mavericks organization for this. And when I say lack of accountability, I mean the rumors or sayings going around how they think Luka's out of shape or he plays no defense or he wasn't willing to immediately sign the Supermax or whatever the issues that actually were, are issues that most likely are interpersonal and are coaching / development type conversations that should be had with Luka. Him not signing a contract that he can't even get anywhere else shouldn't be the biggest concern if you're doing what you need to be doing overall, and he'll likely sign it later anyway because he was drafted by the Mavs, so he's eligible for the Supermax extension that's available only to players that were drafted and whatever. He's only able to sign that big of a contract in Dallas. So extending out the conversations or doing it later is just, a smart business move when you have the leverage that Luka has. I guess he didn't have the leverage because I guess averaging, 30-point triple-double and being the entire focal point of the offense at 22 to 25, whenever he started doing that, which was like his second season, isn't good enough. I guess not being able to coach that level of talent isn't part of the problem if the problems exist. Again, this is me trying to give some credence to the Mavs organization in terms of making this decision because this is me being nice to them. The lack of accountability of not being able to coach a player of Luka's caliber when you have him happy in Dallas, you have the contract, you have him locked in, it just baffles me. And then other than moving on from just that alone, Anthony Davis is great. Kyrie and AD might have a run. Honestly, might have a run in them. One run, maybe two. One is generous. Two it would be ridiculous. But a Kyrie AD pick and roll is actually scary. So I'll give them that. Yes, this year they might be a better fit basketball-wise. I still don't think they're a better basketball team because I think Luka in crunch time and Luka controlling the offense and him reaching a peak level that he is still yet to reach probably is going to be better than anything Kyrie and AD can do, even together at this age. So there's maybe a slight chance they might play better this year. That's not guaranteed at all. I would lean towards the other option. I would lean towards they would still be better with Luka this year, but you don't know, and there's some logic behind that if you want to search. Better setup for the future is... It feels outrageous to say. I mean, again, you have to go back to them thinking that giving him the Supermax, which he will sign and he deserves and should get... So tying that money up in Luka, preventing potential other moves to be made is the better off for the future argument, right? Because I know some people won't be able to even comprehend any of the logic on the Mavs' hands, which I don't blame you. But I always try to put, even in deals where I feel like it's no way this could have been made from one of the sides. There's certain deals that have made me feel that way over the course of, me watching and enjoying NBA. this is one of them. But even in this situation, I try to put myself in the Mavs' shoes. Like, is Luka just completely disrespectful? Like, there's things we don't know. Obviously, there's things we don't know. So you can't just, completely have an opinion that you're 100% sure about just because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But if you're trading Luka, would you not want to, and maybe they did, but I just can't imagine if you survey the league, you couldn't get a better today and tomorrow, like better today and better for the future package than Anthony Davis and a Lakers first. A Lakers first, which is going to come under Luka being with the Lakers, which is probably not going to be a lottery pick. So it's essentially a 31-year-old Anthony Davis, a 15 to 30 30th first round pick, and Max Christie. Role player, nice. I'm not bashing anyone within the trade. I'm just trying to understand how this can happen. And really, it just goes to show that how do I say this respectfully? Decisions don't need to be cohesively made in the NBA. The best organizations operate with that in mind. However, it is really only if the owner wants to do something, it can happen. I don't know how much the owner was in this, but I can't imagine the owner's not part of these discussions, if not pushing these discussions. The GM has to be part of it. And it's really the owner and GM can go off and do whatever. And then the coach can be brought in. The best organizations allow input and conversation from everyone within the front office organization and even more. And then the decisions are made in a logical way. Now, this one, like I said, I'm trying to be respectful to understand the Mavs' position, but to not get an all-star, a current all-star plus several picks, several like first-round picks, good picks, and maybe another role player or two is it's crazy to me. I mean, there's not a lot of two-way big men like Anthony Davis, so I can understand that. And he can play the 4 with Gafford playing the 5 there and Lively playing the 5 there, so Davis can be a full-time 4. So that's like a good fit for him as well. Kyrie, AD, I understand that AD is potentially one of the best players you can get. He is one of the best players you can get in the league right now, top 10 scorer. And so I guess maybe that was the best for them this year. It's just Luka's one of those players like MVP caliber. He carried the team to the finals last year. And now is the point where we start going around in circles. And then the LA side. I guess we didn't even talk about the LA side. Of course, LeBron's about to retire, next year, the year after that, whenever he's gone. Now you got LeBron 2.0. And with a chip on his shoulder. Think about that. You got Luka at 25, plus because the only way another team could get Luka is with a chip on his shoulder. Even if he wanted to trade, there would have been bad blood. But he didn't even ask for the trade. So he got traded just off of whatever is going on. And now he has this chip on his shoulder that he's going to carry with him to the Lakers. So, the Lakers are ecstatic, I would say. I mean, yeah, sure, maybe losing losing AD hurts, but come on, you can build around Luka completely. And now Luka and LeBron is going to be fun to watch. Yeah, they need a big man. I'm sure they're going to work on that in the coming days and weeks. But man, I'm sure they were shocked. Luka's the type of player where teams aren't even calling to ask if they can get Luka for a trade. I'm just going through the thoughts and processes like you are. I'm trying to be respectful to the Mavs organization because I'm not there and I don't know what's going on. But at the end of the day, this is an entertainment business. The money is made in a big part through fans and people supporting the league, and PR is a big part of the industry. And there just has to be some way you can explain it to the fans that makes some sense. And you got to back it up. I mean, yeah, the worst case scenario is they lose and get picks and they get, shit on by fans and the media, and, they might lose their job. Like, that's the worst case scenario in this situation. And at the end of the day, it's basketball and it's just a game. So it's like, whatever. But people really are tied to sports teams. It's a communal gathering, and it brings people joy and an escape, and it matters to a large number of people. And to make a choice like this after the finals last year, coming up on the extension, like, people are talking about how Luka lost the max extension. I mean, he's going to be fine. He's going to be making $40 million, $30 million, $40 million bucks a year for the rest of his career for the next 5-10 years. So he'll be fine. Yeah, he probably lost out on like 40 to 50 million, which is a lot. But once you already have that much money in endorsements and whatever, like, he's going to be fine. It's generational wealth either way. But man, yeah, I don't know. This is crazy. I haven't gotten this worked up about the NBA in so long, and I just wanted to talk about it with y'all, man. So anyway, we out. Peace.